The tale of the man from Taured stands as a captivating enigma within the realm of urban legends, a story that has persisted and intrigued for decades. At its core lies the perplexing account of an individual who purportedly arrived at a bustling airport, presenting documentation that identified his origin as a country called Taured, a nation entirely unknown to the world. This narrative has ignited the imaginations of many, prompting speculation that ranges from elaborate hoaxes to the more fantastical notions of parallel universes and temporal displacement. The very premise of a person confidently claiming to hail from a non-existent country immediately throws into question the nature of reality and the established boundaries of our world. The enduring appeal of this legend appears to stem from its unique juxtaposition of the mundane setting of an airport with the extraordinary claim of a non-existent homeland. People are familiar with the routine of airport arrivals and passport checks, making the introduction of a fictional country a jarring and instantly intriguing element. This stark contrast is a hallmark of many urban legends that capture the public imagination. Furthermore, the subtle variations in the story, such as the differing years cited for the event, ranging from 1954 to about 1959 or 1960, contribute to its mystique. This lack of definitive, universally agreed upon details makes it more challenging to definitively debunk the narrative, allowing it to adapt and persist through retellings over time, a common characteristic of enduring urban legends. The widely circulated account places the alleged incident at Tokyo's Haneda airport on a hot summer day, often specified as July. According to the legend, a man of Caucasian appearance, typically described as having a beard and dressed in a suit, approached the customs and immigration checkpoint. When he presented his passport to the authorities, it appeared to be a legitimate travel document, but listed his nationality as Taured. This immediately triggered suspicion among the immigration officers, as the name Taured corresponded to no known country in the world. The man's physical appearance and demeanor, as recounted in the legend, were generally unremarkable. Some accounts suggest he was fluent in French and also possessed some knowledge of the Japanese language. When the authorities questioned his claim of origin and suggested that Taured did not exist, the man reportedly displayed a range of reactions, from disappointment and confusion to outright anger. He vehemently insisted that Taured was a real nation and had been in existence for over a millennium. To further substantiate his claim, the man stated that Taured was geographically located in Europe, nestled between France and Spain. When presented with a map and asked to pinpoint his country, he confidently indicated the area currently occupied by the Principality of Andorra. He reportedly expressed bewilderment as to why the map labeled the region as Andorra, asserting that his homeland of Taured had been situated there for centuries. Interestingly, some accounts, particularly those linking the legend to the case of John Zegras, suggest a different location for Taured, placing it in eastern Africa stretching from Mauritania to Sudan, and including a part of Algeria. The consistency in the general description of the man's appearance across numerous retellings, despite the absence of official corroboration, suggests a strong foundational narrative within the legend itself. While specific details might have been embellished or altered over time, the recurring image of a bearded Caucasian man in a suit provides a memorable figure, aiding in the story's transmission and recall. However, the discrepancy regarding the claimed location of Taured, whether between France and Spain or south of the Sahara, indicates a potential merging or misremembering of different accounts, or perhaps intentional embellishment as the story evolved. The connection to Andorra is more prevalent in the popular urban legend versions, whereas the south of the Sahara claim appears more closely tied to the documented case of John Zegras. This divergence suggests potentially separate origins, or a significant evolution of the narrative over time. Furthermore, the reported multilingualism of this man, and the fact that his passport allegedly contained multiple entry and exit stamps, indicating prior travel, add another layer of intrigue to the story. If the incident were merely a case of a simple fraudster, then such details might not be as prominently featured in the legend. The inclusion of these elements suggests a more sophisticated and enigmatic individual, which aligns more closely with the parallel universe or time traveler interpretations that the legend often inspires. As the airport authorities grappled with the perplexing situation, they decided to temporarily detain the man while they conducted a more thorough investigation into his claims. He was subsequently lodged in a hotel room located near Haneda Airport for the night. To ensure that the man did not attempt to leave before the investigation was complete, 2 guards were reportedly stationed outside his hotel room throughout the night. However, the following morning, when the authorities went to the man's room to continue their questioning, they were astonished to find it empty. Adding to the mystery, all of the man's personal belongings and documents, including the enigmatic passport from Taured, had also seemingly vanished from the room. According to the legend, there was no evidence to suggest how the man could have escaped from the hotel room. The room was described as being situated several floors up in the hotel, and it reportedly lacked a balcony. The guards who were on duty outside the room allegedly maintained that they did not see anyone enter or leave at any point during the night. Subsequent investigations by the police purportedly found no signs of forced entry into the room, or any other indication of how the man could have made his exit. The alleged disappearance from a guarded hotel room is arguably the most sensational and perplexing aspect of the man from Taured legend, and it serves as the primary catalyst for the more extraordinary theories, such as travel between parallel universes or through time. Without this element of the seemingly impossible vanishing act, the story would likely be perceived as a more straightforward, albeit unusual case of attempted fraud. The fact that the man supposedly disappeared from a secured room, with guards present and no apparent means of escape, elevates the narrative beyond the realm of conventional explanation and into the realm of the unexplained. This absence of tangible proof contributes significantly to the legend's enduring nature, as there are no physical artifacts or records that can definitively contradict the narrative. This is a common characteristic found in many urban legends. However, it is important to note that some sources suggest the dramatic disappearance is an embellishment of the actual events surrounding the case of John Zegras, who, according to documented accounts, was arrested, convicted, and subsequently deported from Japan. This stark contrast between the legendary vanishing act and the documented arrest of Zegras highlights the process by which real-life events can be transformed and sensationalized over time to create compelling and enduring urban legends. Despite the likely connection to the documented case of John Allen Kuchar Zegras, several key questions surrounding the man from Taured legend remain unanswered. Was the individual who presented the passport truly Zegras? Or could there have been another similar incident that served as the initial spark for this enduring tale? If the legend is indeed rooted in the Zegras case, how did the details of the story become so significantly distorted over time? Particularly, the dramatic element of the alleged disappearance from a guarded hotel room. Is there any possibility that there was indeed an individual with an exceptionally convincing counterfeit passport who managed to evade authorities in a manner that has never been fully explained? Furthermore, why does the popular version of the legend consistently place the fictional country of Taured between France and Spain, while Zegras himself claimed it was located south of the Sahara? Could there be a more mundane explanation for the perceived mystery? One that has perhaps been overlooked in favor of more sensational theories. Despite the likely origins of the legend in a real-world case of fraud, the story of the man from Taured continues to captivate and be retold across various platforms. It stands as a compelling example of how actual events can evolve into fascinating urban legends, often incorporating elements of the unexplained and the extraordinary as they are passed down through generations. The story taps into our fundamental human curiosity about the potential existence of other realities and the inherent limitations of our current understanding of the vast and complex world around us. The discrepancies and the unanswered questions surrounding the man from Taured are precisely what contribute to the legend's enduring appeal. If all the details of the story were neatly and definitively explained, it would likely lose much of its mystique and the power to spark the imagination. The ambiguity inherent in the narrative allows individuals to project their own interpretations and beliefs onto the events, thereby contributing to the story's longevity and continued relevance in popular culture. The transformation of a relatively straightforward case of attempted fraud into a captivating tale that incorporates elements of science fiction and the paranormal highlights the remarkable power of narrative. The human tendency to seek out extraordinary explanations for the unusual, coupled with the ease and speed of information sharing in the modern digital age, ensures that urban legends like the man from Taured continue to spread and endure, captivating new audiences with each retelling. Ultimately, the story of the man from Taured serves as a valuable reminder of the importance of maintaining a critical perspective when encountering information, especially when it lacks verifiable sources and relies heavily on anecdotal evidence. While the legend is undoubtedly entertaining and thought-provoking, a closer examination of its potential origins and a comparison with documented events reveal the crucial distinction between captivating fiction and verifiable reality. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this.
It's London Lee.